Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Want to see a grift in live action? I'm going to show it to you right now in this video. Remember that Rings of Power, I'm not going to say the first thing in front of it because it has absolutely nothing to do with that wonderful piece of literature and that wonderful trilogy of movies either. No, Rings of Power came out on Friday. What day is it today? Wednesday. So we're only 5 days removed, and of course, 2 of those days were the weekend. But here we are with something rather incredible to go through. This is from Entertainment Weekly, who, by the way, scored the show poorly. Original Lord of Rings hobbits show support for the Rings of Power after cast racist attacks. No, there weren't. There has been discussion around people of color being in the show at that time, which according to Tolkien's own law wouldn't have happened because this is a British fantasy which is meant to be set, 1,000 years ago from here in the past. But of course, we're dealing with current day, and current day says unless you have inclusion and diversity, and if you can't see yourself on the screen, then you can't relate, which is a little bit awkward because there's a lot of Irish people in the show that are smelly and dirty and probably fucking each other. See yourself on the screen, huh? And this is also, remember, I've said that movie studios are trying to conflate, they're trying to tie together criticism with racism. Because if you criticize and they've conflated the two, then you're a racist. That's an easy way to start deflecting criticism. But do you know who the most criticism has been leveled at in this show? Galadriel, my girl. Played by Morfydd Clark, who just so happens to be a white woman. But no, they want to center their focus on the elf of color and other changes which have been brought into the show. That's where they want to focus their "you're a racist," even though there's been plenty of exceedingly well presented, critical discussion around it. They're not interested in discussion, but let's just carry on now. Rings of Power call for aid, and the original Lord of the Rings cast will answer. Ever since the Lord of the Rings, don't you dare put that in front of it. Ever since the Rings of Power debuted on Amazon, the cast and creators have faced a barrage of racist backlash. A barrage, ladies and gentlemen. A vocal minority that did a barrage of racist backlash. So if it's just a vocal minority, if it's a minority, then it shouldn't really have much power or reach or voice. But you're amplifying it. Maybe you're amplifying it because it doesn't really exist. There's a lot of criticism, not racism, a lot of criticism, but you're not prepared to call it that, even though you gave the show itself a poor mark. I just want to clarify that. Of so-called fans have denounced the show for its diverse casting. No, when the show came out, the vast majority of criticism was leveled at the pathetic story, or lack thereof, the pathetic characters as a whole, the terrible script. But you don't want to listen to that story because it doesn't fit your narrative. And in the last week, several sci-fi and fantasy legends like Neil Gaiman, go fuck him, and Whoopi Goldberg, go fuck her, have spoken out to defend the series. Don't give a shit. Do not give a flying fuck. Now, several of the Shire's most notable residents are making their voices heard too. Original Lord of the Rings cast members Elijah Wood, Sean Astin, Billy Boyd, and Dominic Monaghan have shared photos on social media to stand up for diversity in Middle. Oh my God, diversity in Middle Earth. How about a good fucking story in Middle Earth? Do you want to stand up for that? Because everything in the 2 hours that they've done so far has been shite. Nothing is happening. It's boring. The dialogue is absolutely pathetic. But again, you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that. You want to take those criticisms and you want to just spin it into racisisms. That's all you want to do. Wood, Boyd, Monaghan gathered in person wearing shirts made by Lord of the Rings superfan Don Marshall. Wait, what? Their t-shirts feature human, hobbit, and elf ears in a variety of skin tones. So progressive, by the way. As well as the phrase, "You are welcome here," in Elvish. Astin opted for a baseball cap with the same message. Probably didn't have a shirt that fit him. And that's coming from me. So here they are. So wait a minute, the show came out on Friday. There's been a weekend in the meantime. And here we are on Wednesday with t-shirts made up, baseball caps or caps made up in a nice worn together photo. It's as if this was predetermined, as if this was pre-made up before the show even came out. The narrative was already written. Remember when I don't even know her real name anymore. I forget because my brain doesn't need to hold on to useless information. When Reva, before Kenobi came out, said, Disney have warned me about racists. And then even still before Kenobi came out, suddenly there was a very nice video that had been made for her by Disney Star Wars with some 2 or 3, I think it's like 3 or 4 maybe, just nasty little comments with no context. You know, who knows what they were, who made them? Probably Disney Star Wars, of course. To manufacture racism. So this guy here, Don Marshall, if we go to their site, here you can buy the shirts. Oh, and also hoodies, and caps. Oh, and wife beaters, and stickers. And what is this? A baby's onesie. You can buy all of that. And do you know what? Hey, this is great. 50% of the proceeds go to a charity to be selected by Don's community that will support POCs, which leaves, of course, 50% profit for old Donny boy. Never let a good manufactured racism go to waste, hey? Absolutely disgusting. Disgusting. Conflate legitimate criticism with racism. Then anytime anyone criticizes, shout racist to them. Make merchandise up to pretend that you're some well-meaning person. Give half of the profits to a charity and make bank with the other half. I think it's vile. I think it's vile, but this is where we are. Superfan making profit off manufactured racism because Amazon, who still aren't showing the ratings for the show, are massive cowards. Because why? Because the Rings of Power is dog shit. See you in the next video. Bye for now.